right, yogis, we are starting today's practice lying on our backs in Ardha Shavasana. So slowly lower your body down to the mat, keep the knees bent and the feet planted on the earth. And let's begin our practice by centering into our bodies via our breath. So remember, we're combining asana and pranayama in today's class, and really every yoga practice. So place your hands and drape them over your lower abdomen with your pointer and your middle finger and your ring finger all below your navel. And then begin to inhale into your hands. Exhale, release out the nose. Continue to inhale and exhale into your lower abdomen, feeling the inhale creating expansion and your fingertips rising and spreading apart. And your exhale, feeling your fingertips draw closer towards one another and your stomach contracting back down towards the earth. Stick with that cadence of breath. Keeping your awareness down in the sacral chakra, svadhisthana, the womb space. Allowing yourself, if it's comfortable, to close the eyes so you can more easily drop your awareness down into your lower abdomen and anchor your mind inside the body, helping to stay present and aware on the mat today together. One more breath into the lower abdomen. And now slide the hands up to the upper abdomen, drape your fingertips over the ribs, and let the fingertips fall right inside underneath the sternum. Yeah, so right around where the diaphragm is. And now breathe into your fingertips here, so breathe into the upper abdomen. Inhale to feel the rib cage expand and the fingertips lengthen away from each other. And exhale to release and feel the fingertips draw towards one another and the rib cage draw towards itself. Inhale to expand, feel the rib cage hinge open. Exhale, release. Continue this cadence of breath here, bringing your mind down into the upper abdomen, the solar plexus, the Manipura chakra. And breathing here, purifying yourself from the inside out and the outside in. Noticing how quickly the mind calms down when we really integrate the breath with the movement. When we drop our awareness into the body, notice how calm the mind becomes. Final breath here. And now slide the fingertips up towards the upper chest, with the fingers resting right beneath the collarbone. So we're going up into the heart chakra and right beneath the throat chakra, kind of where they both meet. And now inhale here into your fingertips, into the upper lobes of the lungs, and feel the more subtle expansion that happens when you inhale, and the subtle contraction that happens when you exhale. Continue breathing here into the upper chest. Last breath here into the upper lobes of the lungs, feeling the subtlety of the expansion and the contraction. And now we're going to connect all three parts of that breath, coming into Dirga breath or three-part breath. We want to create unification from the sacral to the solar to the heart chakra, which is thought of as the main chamber of energy. So choose where you want your hands to be. You can rest them at any level within those three chambers, or you can rest them down on the earth plane. But draw an inhale breath into your body right now and synchronize it from the lower to the upper abdomen to the upper chest, and then release that breath from the upper chest through the upper abdomen and out through the lower abdomen. Making sure that there's no force within this process, simply breathing as big as you can without force. So drop into your three-part breath. What feels good in your body, what feels purifying for your mind, and allow yourself to do this for 5 more rounds. Last round of Dirga breath. And now guide your hands out to the sides, creating a T-like shape with your arms, and let the knees fall over to the left side of your mat. And guide them through the center and over to the right. Just moving through a few windshield wipers here. Using your breath to move the legs back and forth, to massage the sacrum. One more time each side. All right, open those eyes if they're closed like mine are. Bring the hands to rest atop the thighs. We're moving into some mini crunches. So inhale to slide the hands to the tops of the knees. Exhale, lower down. It's a shift in pace, right? From serious relaxation to work. Okay, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. We've got 10. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. And lift. And lower, and lift, and lower. And now hang out for a moment, take an inhale breath. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 3 more. Last one, lift up and lower. Coming into bridge pose, however, we're going to move in a fluid movement. As we lift our hips high, we're also going to sweep the arms overhead. Now listen carefully. As we lift high, I also want you to breathe through those 3 chambers. Lower abdomen, upper chest. As you exhale down, chest, abdomen, abdomen. Also bringing the Dirga breath into this bridge pose movement with us, okay? So feet are planted. Feel all 4 corners of the feet before you lift off. Hands start down by your sides. On an inhale breath, lift up, also coming into the 3-part breath. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Don't wait for my cues. Once you reach the top of your inhale breath and the top of your 3-part breath, begin to lower down, and then once your sacrum and your hands reach the ground, lift back up again. So let's do 5 more, all on our own pattern of breath. This is the last one for me. Once your sacrum hits the earth plane, let's inhale, lift the chest up, lift the hands up, flip the palms towards the sky, really hug the core into create a corset, and begin to shift from side to side, tapping your pinky finger to the outside of the ankle. Just keep moving like so, breathing. Maybe put a smile on your face. Seeing if you can initiate the movement from the oblique, so from the side of the core, and feeling that contraction in the muscle. Stick with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Hug the knees into the chest just for a moment, and then begin to rock forward and back or sweep onto your side and meet me in a forward fold. So take as many rolls as you want, and then you'll place the feet on the ground and forward fold into yourself for Uttanasana. First Uttanasana of the day, so feel free to bend the knees, fully relax the head and neck, shake it out. And heel toes feet together, gentle activation of the core, bend the knees deeply, and start to roll up like a yoga zombie, using the core to unravel the spine and stack the vertebra as you come to an upright standing position. Roll the shoulders onto the back, lift the head and neck, and gaze forward. And sweep the arms high to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana, gaze up. Feel that long line of energy in the body from the fingertips all the way down to the earth plane. And then exhale through the midline, reaching through the chest as you forward fold back down to Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to the shins, halfway lift. Feel strong in this posture. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Now, first downward facing dog, you guys know I'm always recommending that you bend the knees, especially for this pose as we're moving into a twist here. But take one more round of breath. And now tippy toe the feet a little bit closer towards the top of the mat. Shift the right hand to the center of the mat and sweep the left hand to the outside of the right shin or ankle as you gaze up towards the right armpit and send the right hip back in space. And feel this beautiful twisting sensation in the body here. Another breath. Release the left hand and replace the right hand with it. So center of the mat. Sweep the right hand through to touch the outside of the left ankle or shin, or wait, calf muscle, yeah. push the ground away with the left hand, gaze up underneath the left armpit, send the left hip back in space, and breathe. What tension do you need to let go of in the body right now? What toxins, what stress? Let that go through your breath, through this posture. And release the right hand to the top of the mat. Soften the knees down, coming into a tabletop pose. This is where you might want to integrate the blanket underneath your knees. We have a whole sequence here. So push the earth away, coming into tabletop pose. Extend the left leg back in space for sunbird. Before you extend the right arm long, if you choose to, please check in with your left hip. It likes to hike up high. And when you feel ready, send the right arm straight out in front of you. This is a balancing core posture. So feel the integration of the core and how it supports you. Push the earth away so you're not hanging in the joints. And energize the left leg too. Take a few breaths here. Strengthening the body here. Keep the left leg lifted, bring the right hand back towards the earth, and sweep the left leg out to the side. We're coming into gate pose, so hinge the hips back as you lift the torso up and come into gate pose. You choose, the foot can stay with the foot down, how I have it, or you can shift it and come up onto your heel and flex the toes, okay? So you choose, either one is fine. Slide the left hand down, right hand sweeps overhead, gate pose, breathe. Breathe from the right fingertips all the way down through the side body into the earth plane. What do you need to let go of in today's practice? Allow that to happen now through your breath. Through combining your breath with this physical posture. How can you let purification happen? And sweep the hands back down to the mat. Listen carefully. Inhale the right arm high. Exhale, sweep it through for thread the needle. Right shoulder, right ear come to the mat. This left hand can stay right by the face, or you can extend it forward and long. You choose. Bring the right hand back towards the face, unravel the left hand, and then send the hips back in space for a child's pose variation. Now this might be a little bit too much on the inseam of the leg. If so, you can hinge forward and come onto forearms. If this feels good, then you can extend the hands in front of you and relax the forehead to the mat for child's pose. Inhale to lift the gaze and curl the back toe under. We're going to come into what's called awkward dog. Walk the hands to the corner of the mat and pop the hips up into or towards the sky, into the sky. And now push the earth away and feel how this variation feels in your body. See if you can release or purify any part of your body differently in this down dog variation. And now soften the knees back down to the mat. Let's go to the other side. So this time, come into tabletop pose, sweep the right leg back in space. Please check in with your hip, make sure it's not hiked up to the sky. When you feel balanced and ready, extend the left hand long. And then integrate from the core, okay? So start there. Bring your awareness to that main channel of energy. sacral, solar, and heart chakras. And then extend from fingertips to toes. And breathe. Keep the right leg lifted, left hand comes to the earth, sweep the right leg out to the side, preparing for gate pose, hinge the hips back as you rise up and lift into gate pose, yeah? Choose your foot position, slide the right hand down the leg as the left hand sweeps over and drop into that channel of energy from the left fingertips all the way down the side body into the earth plane and breathe there. And release the hands back down to the mat, coming into thread the needle. Inhale the left arm high. Exhale, sweep it through. Left shoulder, left ear. You choose where that right hand goes. Slide that right hand back towards the face, lift up about halfway, and come into that child's pose variation. So hinge the hips back, possibly choosing to stay more forward on the forearms. Extend the fingertips long as you're dropping into the full variation. Forehead softens towards the ground. Breathe here. How can you let your breath purify your mind in this moment? How can you drop into the question of how are my thoughts creating my emotional reality? Remember, Satya is concerned with cleanliness and purification on all planes, body, mind, and soul. Inhale to lift up. Walk your hands to the left side of the mat, curl the left toe under, and pop up into that awkward dog here. Pushing the ground away. I really love this variation. I just learned it from a yoga teacher recently. Okay, from awkward dog, walk your hands back to the center and walk your feet back to the center, coming into a regular downward facing dog. Once you get there, let's sweep the right leg through, coming into a low lunge. So plant the right foot, soften the left knee down. You might want a blanket under the left knee for this whole sequence. You might also want a block underneath your left hand to create a little bit more length. So now inhale the right arm high, coming into a nice twist here. And dropping the right arm to the back of the mat, creating circles with the arms. Breathing as you create that movement and then go the other direction. Okay, let the right hand soften back down towards the earth and listen carefully. Extend the right arm back. Use the strength of your legs and your core to lift the chest and reach back with your right hand, coming into a revolved twist. This twist requires core integration as well as activation with the inner thighs, a dragging sensation of the front heel to the back knee. Oh yeah, you should feel your body turning on, feel the strength. Alrighty, listen carefully, bring this left elbow to come to the outside of the right knee, and then join the hands together in prayer for another twist variation here in Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Pushing the knee into the elbow and the elbow to the knee. Feel that strength when you do that. Gaze down to the earth plane, remove the block if you have it, and step back into downward facing dog. Okay, so left hand to the center of the mat, the right hand sweeps through, grab the outside of the left leg, gaze at the left armpit, take a breath here. Release the right hand, place it where the left hand is, sweep the left hand through, outside of the right leg, gaze at the right armpit, breathe here. Left hand comes back through. This time let's sweep the right leg, the left leg through for low lunge. So bring it through, plant it down, soften the right knee to the earth. Take a moment to get set up. Grab that block. Place your right hand on top of it if you're using a block. And inhale the left arm to the sky. And now drop that left hand to the back of the mat and come into circles with the arms. Syncing your breath with the movement. And go the other direction. And release the arm back down to the ground and extend it to the back of the mat, okay? Here's where you need to recruit your legs and your core to peel the torso up and back, and then the right arm extends forward in a revolved twist. Twist with the integrity of your core and your legs engaged here. Breathe. Feel your strength. Feel how this practice supports your body. And now exhale the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Join the hands together in prayer. Push elbow into knee, knee into elbow to feel the activation in the body. And breathe here. And gaze back down towards the ground. Plant the hands and step back into downward facing dog. We're going to do all of that one more time, but this time in a high lunge series. If high lunge is too much for you, just drop the back knee down and you'll do the low lunge variation. So here we go. Sweep the right foot through, plant it. We're in a runner's lunge now. Feel free to recruit the block underneath the left hand and inhale the right arm high. Back leg is active, core is on, and begin to create those arm circles again. Syncing your breath with the movement. Go the other direction. Okay, release the hand, extend it back, and now really use your core and your legs to lift the torso up as you come into this revolved twist variation. There's a lot going on in the body here. Please make sure you're using your strength to support your structure. And the left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee. The palms come to touch together, coming into a twist. Remember, you can always drop the back knee to make this a milder variation. Breathe here with me. Knee into elbow, elbow into knee. Back leg is lifting towards the sky. And gaze down towards the ground. Remove the block if you had it. Step back into child's pose. So soften the knees down. Let the hips hinge back. And relax the forehead down to the earth. And now inhale to lift the gaze. Walk the fingertips over towards the left side of the mat. And fold. Nice little intermission. Lift the gaze, walk the hands back through center over to the right, and fold. Oh. Lift the gaze, come back to the center, lift back up into downward facing dog. We'll complete that on the other side now. So inhale, sweep the left leg through, plant it. Runner's lunge. That right hand can come to rest atop a block as you inhale the left hand high for an open arm twist. Once you get there, start to create those arm circles. And go the other way. And release the hand, prepare the body. Extend the left hand back and use your strength to feel. So much going on, so much strength needed here. Use your breath to initiate that strength. Use your breath to purify any self-doubts you might have here. And right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee. The palm comes to meet it. You're almost there. Stick with me. Push elbow into knee, knee into elbow. Lift the right hamstring towards the sky. Extend through the crown of the head. Long spine. Breathe. Gaze down to the ground, okay? Bring the hands to the earth. If that block is here, I want you to bring it with you, okay? Step to the top of the mat. One more hard thing, okay? And place the block between, actually a few more hard things. Place the block between your thighs and forward fold, just for a moment. Relax the head and neck. All right, bend the knees, inhale, sweep up high for Uttanasana, chair pose. Exhale, right arm goes back, left arm forward for that revolve twist variation. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left. Keep moving with me. One more time each side. And stand up into Dasana. Whew, you can remove that block. Hold it in your hand now. Take a moment. I imagine your heart rate is elevated. I imagine you're feeling the glistening of sweat. Satya is purification, cleanliness. Sweat is a beautiful thing in regards to this niyama. So allow yourself to welcome that. To welcome that feeling of purification happening on a body, mind, soul level. Alrighty, we're gonna lower down to Navasana. So hold your block, okay? Come up, actually you can come up on your tippy toes if you wanna make this a little bit more interesting. But you can also keep the heels dropped and slowly squat down, taking your time to transition. Once you get all the way down, sit on your bum, on your sits bones, and lift up into Navasana, or Ardha Navasana. Once you're here, let's shift from side to side, so taking it from side to side. If you want, you can also try placing the block in between your thighs and shifting from side to side. This is the last hard thing. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remove the blocks. You can lie all Shavasana, so keep them nearby. But lay all the way down. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Take a moment here in a mild figure 4 variation. And let the legs fall completely to the left side of the mat. The right sole of the foot comes to the earth. Use the left hand to guide the right knee away from the body, creating space here in the hip flexor, and extend the right arm overhead. Allow these soft, gentle closing sequence postures and transitions to soothe your body now, to purify any final tension. Are you listening carefully? Bring the legs back up through the center, but cross the legs completely so the right knee is on top. Lift the chest. You can grab the outsides of the knees, or if you have more mobility, you can bring the hands all the way down to the ankles. Experiment. And then lie back down for Supine Gomukhasana, creating a stretching sensation in the outer hips. So the more you walk your hands towards your ankles, the deeper the sensation will become. Doesn't mean you need to do that though. And release the legs, unwind them, plant the feet back on the earth, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Take just a moment here. And allow the legs to fall over to the right. Left sole of the foot reaches the ground. Right hand gently guides the left leg away from the body as the left hand extends overhead. Allow your breath to become softer and softer. Purifying your mind into a state of calm, ease, and relaxation. All right, bring the legs back up through the center. Coming into Supine Gomukhasana, so the left knee crosses on top. Lift the chest, grab where you can, and settle back down onto the earth. The shoulders relaxing towards the ground. Back of the neck is long. And release the legs. This time, we're coming into Shavasana. So extend the knees wide. If you want to integrate or use supported fish pose for this Shavasana posture, this is a great time to do it. Saucha is purification. The Vishuddha or throat chakra is also about purification. So the fish pose is great for opening the throat chakra, okay? So if you've got those two blocks, this first one's on the medium setting, it comes to your bra strap area. If you don't have the blocks, just please settle straight down into Shavasana. The second block is on the tallest variation, and it comes to the occiput. So it's where the cervical vertebra meets the skull. And then you can just allow the chest to open and the elbows to drape down. So choose your Shavasana variation. Allow yourself to revisit the 3-part breath, bringing your body deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation, allowing yourself to be fully cleansed, body, mind, and soul, as you settle into your final resting pose, making any final movements that you need. And when you're ready, allow yourself to fully embrace Shavasana. Saucha is the moment on our path when we begin to take the maintenance of our physical condition seriously. Our body is the home of our spirit. It is the means by which we enact our beliefs. Therefore, the maintenance of the body is a spiritual duty, an act of love, not only towards ourselves, but toward all of humanity. Practicing Saucha, we are also turning belief into action. We have embraced a path that is about freedom and love. As we care gently and lovingly for ourselves, we are deconstructing the blocks to love in our lives and freeing ourselves from the prison of outworn patterns of thought and action. And we need to start somewhere. Yoga says we should start where we are on the physical plane with our bodies and the acts of our bodies. Furthermore, we must begin to see our minds as organs of action and our thoughts as acts. Each step we take on this path is a step into the unknown and a confirmation of our ability to live a better life. And with that Saucha sentiment, please start to slowly awaken your body, making subtle movements wherever you are. Fingertips and toes to begin with, and progressing to ankles and wrists. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms overhead and feel the length from fingertips to toes. If you're in traditional Shavasana, please shift onto your side for fetal pose. And if you're in fish pose, please slowly make your way up to a seated posture. For those that are in fetal pose, also please meet us here in a comfortable seated position. Rooting down and lifting up into the crown. Eyes gently closed. Sweep the arms out to the side and gather up all of the pure energy you just created. Palms touch overhead. Hug the hands down into the heart center, Anjali Mudra. Take an inhale breath for Om. Open your eyes. I 100% feel purified, body.